Music has a way of bringing people together. For Bobby Akinboro, it was his answer to solve the problems he faced when moving to Seattle in 2016.
I'm this kid that was born in Nigeria, raised in Dallas, so I never found issue finding people like me. And then I get to Seattle and it felt like it was a struggle.
His answer to that problem? Learning to DJ as a way to create the community he was searching for.
My first event brought 75 people, and that was 3 months after I moved into the city.
Little did he know, his newfound hobby was about to take off to become something much more.
Immigrant, born and raised in Nigeria, so when I thought of careers, there were only 4 options. I had to be an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, or an accountant.
Bobby chose engineering. A career at Microsoft is what brought him to the city.
I think the biggest shock overall was just realizing the Seattle freeze is a real thing.
Only 22 at the time, Bobby thought the area should have brunches, parties, and more places to hang out for Black people. He turned to the turntables as a way to fill the gap. DJ Blast, his alter ego, was created out of necessity.
I don't know why that was the solution in my head, but I was like, I'm going to figure this thing out and I'm going to bring people together through music.
3 months after that first event brought 75 people, his second brought 300. The momentum continued. Then a Microsoft coworker saw him in action.
And they were like, hey man, like you work with us, but you're doing all this on the side. Why don't we like bring you to Microsoft and do something? And that's how I did my very first concert for Pitbull. And now I go from rooms of 300 to a room of 5,000 at Gasworks Park.
What started as a way to bring the Black community together in Washington has brought thousands together all over the world. Blast has opened shows for many artists, including Dua Lipa, Nas, One Republic, Burna Boy, and Wale. Somehow, he still finds time to keep the vibes flowing throughout the city.
God knew what he was doing for me. There's no way I could have ever seen any of this coming.
So how do you feel being kind of like an ambassador for people moving from all over the world to Seattle?
I'm like, when did I become TripAdvisor? When did I become that person? And then I realized, no, this is actually an area of responsibility. Like some people's entire experience of Seattle could happen through me.